Jon Anik and Kenny Florian podcast. Jon Anik and Kenny Florian.
I f***ing love him. I can't get enough of him.
Let's hear that Boston next.
Big jab there from Duffy, and Frank Mir is hurt now. Down goes Duffy, out cold. Frank Mir does it again. Rock'em sock'em robots here. Oh my goodness.
Hyperbole.
There are a couple of absolutely self-involved bullshit artists.
Here are your hosts, Jon Anik and Kenny Florian.
Oh, how good is this? I see why Joe Rogan loves these fight companions. Headshot bang is right. Good Saturday night to you. It's the eve of the Super Bowl. We are live on the Anik and Florian podcast YouTube channel. Watch party number 2. Kenny Florian in parts unknown, Charlotte, North Carolina. A little under the weather, but still taking the call tonight, Ken Flo. It's good to see you, my man.
Absolutely. I got it, man. I wouldn't miss this. Happy Saturday evening to you, bro.
It's so great to see you. And as much as I love our twice weekly get-togethers on the Anik and Florian podcast, there's nothing quite like a watch party. And we got all hands on deck tonight.
Good.
Yeah, baby.
That's my new Chris Farley sounder. Ray Longo is here. Big Ron Pellegrino is with us. A lot of special guests scheduled to join us tonight. We have 3 fights to go. We are your fight partner tonight. Featured bout is about to begin right now, and we'll be with you throughout the co-main event. Dan Ige taking on Andre Fili, and of course, all roads lead to Joe Pyfer and Jack Hermanson. Big Ron, Ray Longo, great to see you boys. Ray, I'm going to start with you. Is that a new fucking camera? My Lord.
Man, how do I look?
Brand new.
You do look, oh,
Look at that.
This is amazing.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
This is the camera we deserve. Look at that elbow.
That elbow's going to
Kenny.
get
I was paying homage to Ken Flo. Razor blade elbows.
I felt that from here.
And Big Ron Pellegrino, who is charged every fight card with our Anik and Florian podcast parlay. We just watched the first leg come in, albeit barely, with about 90 seconds to go. Under 2.5 rounds, Gregory Rodriguez and Brad Tavares. The parlay lives for now.
I mean, you say barely. I say 90 seconds. Keep the change. Let's keep it going.
No, we'll take it. Absolutely. How about fucking RoboCop, Ken Flo, huh?
Dude, he's a beast, man. He looks the part, and man, when he cracks and he lands that shot, not a whole lot of people are going to be able to stand up. So, yeah, Tavares is as tough as and as durable as they come, but a little too much power for him, man, tonight.
Ray, I know you're a Gregory Rodriguez fan, so can I call him my teammate if we both do our strength and conditioning at the Institute of Human Performance, or if I haven't gone through an MMA workout with him, does that not make us teammates or what?
Well, if you went through an MMA workout with him, yeah, it makes you teammate.
All right, I haven't done that.
If you're just in the gym lifting weights with your boy JC Santana, yeah, that would be a stretch. I would say.
Yeah, even if it's a 3-minute sparring round, Ray, right? I mean, we can.
Okay.
I used to get that back in the day. I'd have a fight, and somebody said, well, I taught him how to throw the left hook. Like, as he was walking, as he was doing an interview, the guy said, hey, turn your hook over. Oh, that just gave him to say he trained him, Kenny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I want to make sure our close, immediate family doesn't make the same mistake.
If you watch Kenny Florian's prime, you know that he had Versa Climber on his shorts. Gregory Rodriguez and I, RoboCop himself, we ride the same goddamn Versa Climber.
Oh, let me tell you something.
I'm just saying.
John, the best piece of cardio equipment there is. I have a brand new one coming next week.
Oof.
Mandatory. Everybody's on that thing. That
All
thing,
right. Yeah.
I've been using that Versa Climber for 30 years. Love it.
Dude, it's absolutely brutal, man. One
It's
of the
brutal.
best conditioning tools
You can't beat
ever.
it. You know what?
I have PTSD just thinking about it.
Yeah, the fitter you get, the harder it is almost. Like, you know, you can't, there's no beating it.
Horrible.
All right.
Kenny put Versa Climber on the
one
map,
where
let's
you're-
be honest.
Yeah, that's
Hands,
the one,
same
yeah.
time shit. Is that that one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fuck that thing.
You know what's funny? Big Run. I bought like 3 of them from a gym one time, unused. They were in there for like 2 years. Nobody gets on that thing in a regular gym.
Yeah, that and the Jacob's Ladder are like just
Jacob's Ladder, nobody wants
medieval,
Yeah.
conditioning tools that are just horrible.
All right, so if you are watching us on the Anik and Florian podcast YouTube channel, we appreciate the fucking shit out of that, by the way. I'm going to let it loose tonight. We are watching Ihor Potierio, who stepped in for Albert Duraev, taking on Robert Brychek in a featured bout in the middleweight division. So we got about 4.5 minutes to go here in round 1, and we are here with you through the main event tonight, Jack Hermanson and Joe Pyfer. Oh, pretty big combination there. I might be a few seconds ahead of you guys. The only inconvenient truth about our watch parties that we're not all in the same room together. Longo didn't invite us over, incidentally.
How dare he?
I'd have been on a red eye. You know me, I'll get on a red eye at a whim.
That's it, man. Beautiful combo by which guys? I can't even pronounce. What kind of names are these? I get something with a vowel, Big Ron. Can I buy a vowel, Teddy?
Pellegrino.
So when a lot of people saw this fight placed in this slot, this guy, Robert Brightcheck, might be somebody to keep an eye on. Potieri, of course, had the win over Shogun Hua, but stepping in here on relatively short notice, looked like he just got poked in the eye. Mike Beltran, beard tucked all over it. 3:33 to go on the official timeout in round one. Couple highlights, Ken Flo, if I could get to him. Did you see Adolfo Vieira? I know you picked him over Armin Petrosian to kick off the main card. Nice arm triangle there for him.
I did see that fight. Now, I cannot tell a lie. I actually picked Petrosian.
Oh, fuck.
So yeah, screwed that one up. However, super happy to see Vieira get the win, man. I think his cage wrestling really was the difference in that one. He stayed calm, wasn't looking great on the feet, but it doesn't matter. If you're able to get people down to the ground and do what Rodolfo Vieira does, a true Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu legend, it's going to be tough to win. I thought his control was phenomenal. He seemed really composed, didn't freak out when he was in trouble, and got himself a beautiful submission win. Really happy for the guy. One of the nicest guys in the sport, man.
He looked like he has been doing his strength and conditioning workouts as well. Did you see Rodolfo Vieira tonight, Big Ron? Jesus, fuck, man.
Yeah, he was an animal.
His veins have veins.
So we had a little pre-show meeting, and they are attending to Ihor Potieria here. Official timeout, already a minute as they look at his left eye. But Ray Longo loves these mixed martial arts fights, and I respect it so much, Ray. Like, we were having our little pre-show meeting, and your eyes are just completely locked on the screen. Could you make any more noise over there?
Are you gonna
There he is.
Oh my God,
Ladies, what is up, gentlemen? Are we on camera? Raymond
There he
Peter
is.
Longo, what an absolute pleasure. I'm going to try not to.
The pleasure is mine, buddy. You know that.
Kenneth is ill. Great to see you.
Good to see you, bro.
And Big Rod, I just, the fact that the first leg comes down, I'm with you. 90 seconds. Yeah, you got time to spare. What's up, Big Rod?
There was time to spare.
And that's a hit.
So
What's
listen,
up, John? Hey,
Did you drink
No.
at dinner?
Nope.
I mean,
just
what?
excited to be here. Just excited to be here. Hey, John set me up, right? We got ice in this.
Yeah, I set you up with some ice in the Stanley. Now I got Basil Hayden over here, but you know what? You got Jim Beam over there.
No, I'm going to have some. So do you want to know why I'm excited?
Why are you excited?
Because a package came today
What package? Oh,
for you.
very exciting
But
that
I
we
know
can
the fight's
actually
on.
reveal this. Yeah, so we got 3 minutes and change here. Ihor Potieria taking on Brightcheck.
Yeah.
And can
Where
you
are
pass
at,
the
Jim?
fucking Basil Haydens, please?
Haha.
Haha. Oh, I'm all fired up, dude.
good news and bad news, Jay. There's Basil Hayden's, just not a lot.
That's all right. I just need a little splash. We're good.
So sometimes our producers are okay with a little dead air. I'm actually okay with a little dead air on this live edition of the Anik and Florian podcast. You can pass this back. We got some of Bruce Buffer's puncher's chance over there if you really get desperate later. It's like 97 proof. So
It's not that. Don't come on.
Great
It's
plug.
not that bad. I got guys drinking it at the cantina, bro.
I'm just
Yeah, it's
messing
not
with
bad.
my guy Buff.
I know,
Ken
but
Flo.
I gotta respect it. It's legit.
Ken Flo's a big puncher's chance guy, incidentally. Have you checked out his Instagram feed? My goodness. And now we have a nut shot.
That's exactly what I'm looking for. Give you time to open your package. Cody Bone Marrow, what's up, buddy?
This is very exciting. So,
What do you got there?
all right. So we have redesigned the One More Sleep
Oh, again.
merchandise. This is a new flagship design, and I'm going to show it on the big camera, but you'll know it's official because my signature is actually in the inside of the shirt. So, and everybody who buys this stuff at jonanik.com gets an immediate follow from me. Ken Flo's follows, incidentally, a little harder to come by, but this is the new logo, baby.
Nice.
Oh, you got to
Oh,
show
that
that.
is
Show that on your camera. Courtesy of the great Joe Romero, Average Joe Art.
That's
Nothing
dope,
but
dude.
average.
So these went live tonight at jonanik.com. The entire One More Sleep
look who we got.
collection
Look
is
who we
there.
got.
Yeah. What's up, guys?
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah.
What to do, fellas?
See
What's going on?
What up, man?
you,
So you've
buddy.
been cheers, Maverick.
Just
Bro.
out here in Ellensburg, Washington, coaching the regional tournament.
So
Wow.
I
Good
texted
for
my
you.
twin brother earlier this week. I was like, hey, I want Chiesa on the watch party. And he writes back to me, dude, people have fucking lives. It's the night before the Super Bowl. But you and I connected for different reasons today. So I thought I would at least extend the invite. So you're coaching wrestling. Is that what you're doing today?
Yep. You know, when I'm not training and I'm not on the road doing the broadcasting stuff, I'm at Shadle Park High School coaching my Highlanders, baby. We got 5 going to state. The Fabulous 5. Let's go.
Let's go.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Man. Congrats.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Longo was cornering last night, but he got so excited when he heard that you might actually call in. Do you guys have some interpersonal relationship that I'm not aware of?
I think Ray and I are related in some way or another. I just know somewhere our Italian family trees, our roots are intertwined, you know?
Ron, his father's from Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Yep.
When he came to the gym, which I tell you made my day. I walk in, I see Michael Chiesa out of the blue, just a phenomenal feeling. But I said, how do you end up in whatever Spokane, wherever the fuck you are? How do you end up there? Like
It looks like a mountain man just like me. He's killing it.
Dude, it's crazy. So in a nutshell, without getting too deep in the weeds, my dad was born in Brooklyn and then spent the bulk of his life growing up in Mexico City. And there's these people that own a resort in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, that would go to this hotel he worked at. And they said, hey, we got this bar in Wallace, Idaho. We want you to leave Mexico City and come manage it. So my dad leaves Mexico City, ends up in Wallace, Idaho, which nobody knows where Wallace, Idaho is. And then I made it 40 short minutes further west to Spokane, and that's how I ended up here.
That's crazy. I think it's a crazy story, man.
Yeah, and the cool thing is, John, is actually when we go to Mexico City, not next weekend, the weekend after, my grandmother lives 5 minutes walking from the host hotel. So I get to go visit. I get to go visit my nanny. Yeah, she's 91 years old. She's still trucking along. So perks of the job. Yeah.
Is that your dad's mom or your mom's mom? Your dad's mom?
My dad's mom.
Unbelievable, man. Well, that's
great.
It's
gonna be sweet.
Nice.
So you were watching the fights earlier. I know you actually pushed out some sort of tweet that you would like to go storm chasing. You want to track down a tornado? Is that some long-standing aspiration of yours or what?
Dude, I've always thought that, and then it just clicked in my head last night. So I'm sitting in the hotel room, and Twister comes on the TV, and I'm like, man, it just got my wheels turning again. I'm like, I really want to see a tornado in person. And then I tweet that, and then you reach out to me, or you tweeted me like, you should ask Pat Miletich about it. And then I sent you that text, and you're like, bro, I'm on the same boat. So I think you and I should put it on our bucket list to head out south and go chase a tornado, dude. That'd be sweet.
I'm so in. Hey,
I'm
Ray,
in, dude.
have you ever gone storm chasing? You look like a guy who could chase down a fucking storm, huh?
There was when we were younger, though. I had a buddy. There must have been one of those Hurricane Sandies. He wanted to. What the fuck did he want to do? He wanted to wrap ourselves around a tree. The guy was literally fucking insane. And that was years ago. But
See,
I'm not
that's a little much for me.
I'm not chasing waterfalls. I'm not chasing any of that shit.
Well, see, here's the thing: is a hurricane, you can't watch it from afar. Like a tornado, you can get a safe distance away and be like, okay, this is cool. I can soak it in. But a hurricane's you can't really go fuck around in a hurricane.
Well, I put hurricane windows on my house here in South Florida so that my house wouldn't have to be all boarded up, so that I could sort of watch the storm.
Yeah, put your face on the glass.
No sooner do I put up the hurricane windows that there isn't one rolling through South Florida. Not that I'm asking for one. Under 30 seconds to go, by the way, round one here between Ihor Potieria and Robert Brejcek. So, Michael, what does the rest of your night hold? You going to go home and watch the Dan Ige, Andre Fili business or what?
Absolutely, dude. And this is one of those fights, guys, where I just hate seeing two guys I love so much. Someone's got to win, someone's got to lose. The best thing you can do is I just hope both guys can walk out on their 2 feet and just have a good fight. That's a tremendous matchup. And we're just in time. When we get done here, I can sit in the car, stream the fights to my laptop, and kill some time. So,
well, dude, I really appreciate you doing this. Before we let you go, we did have Rude Boy Randy Brown on the Anik and Florian podcast last week. And I guess my question to you is, when a guy says there's communication between you guys privately and sort of puts your name front of mouth, front of head, how do you respond to that? And are you expectant that he might be your next opponent?
Well, first and foremost, he says, he sent me this direct message, and like, ever since I got married, I'm not really checking my DMs very much, fellas. I mean, I'm not saying that to be funny. It's just like, I don't really go look at my message requests. It's just, so he says he sends, so this whole thing gets misconstrued, and I read his message and I didn't respond. And I'm just like, man, yeah, we've talked a few times over the years, and it's a fight that interests me, so it just has to make sense. The biggest thing for me is timeline. I got a lot of irons in the fire right now with coaching, broadcasting. This Mexico City trip's really important to me. Getting my body right. I think that he's itching to go a little sooner than I am, but it's a fight that I welcome. It's just one of those things where I'm not calling Sean Shelby and saying, hey, this is who I want to fight. Sure. I'm calling Sean Shelby with a date. Give me some names. And if he's on the list, and we'll do it. But, it's one of those things like it's, he thinks that I've been avoiding him. And I can honestly say I've never said no to a fight in my entire life. So if that's the one that slides across my desk, then that's who I'm fighting, So, but the guy had a heck of a fight against Muslim Salahov. I mean, that was the fight he needed, because he's done a good job so far in his career, just as of late, like winning close fights. The Trinaldo fight was really close. He's good in finding ways to win in these close fights. So it's good for him to go out there, get a big finish. That's what makes it interesting to me. That little thread of dangers. That's what I'm looking for. So that performance is the one that makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up. And when that happens, that makes me want to get out there and fight. So I might actually, if I have to fight Randy Brown, I'm actually thinking about calling Kevin Holland and be like, hey, since we got that one behind us, like, can I, and it's like former foes can become training partners. So smart. If that's the fight that I get, I might be headed down to Houston, baby.
I love it. All right, well, I'll get you out of here on this. I just want to say of Michael Chiesa, and certainly you have seen him do commentary. You have seen him on the desk. If I could pick any guy to be added to our roster of UFC analysts, it would be Michael Chiesa. I think it's an eventuality that you're calling UFC fights, my man. You're ready right now. I know you're banking repetitions, but you'll always have a fan in me, and you belong alongside Joe Rogan, Daniel Cormier, and everybody else, brother.
Thanks, you guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. And go Highlanders. Let's go.
There he is. Thank you.
Peace out, guys.
Best of luck.
There he is. Top 15 welterweight contender Michael Chiesa joining us here on this live watch party. Ken Flo, I met Chiesa hosting the Ultimate Fighter live in 2012. And Ray, obviously, most people know at this point, he lost his father during that season and still went on to be the last man standing. You cornered against him in the finale, Ally Quinta, all that. But just a real good egg, and I think a future UFC commentator as well.
Yeah, we called that finale, man. I remember it well. I remember it vividly. Everything that was going on with his dad. It was great to see him get that win. And yeah, man, one of the good guys in the sport for sure. And I would love to see him commentate a live UFC event.
Yeah, without a doubt, Kenny. And even though, like, again, he beat Iaquinta in the finale, just really was a great guy from the second I talked to him, and that it's just carried on this long. He came out to visit Al probably a bunch of years ago. They stopped by the gym. They formed a nice relationship, and I think that's what fighting's all about to me. It's like, even when you fight somebody, you have that bond, and certain guys you're not going to get close to, but he's not that guy. He's really a good dude, man, and he's just a pleasure to know, and I'm happy for all his success.
So last week on the podcast, we talked about Kenny's haircut, and I trotted out some line that prior to getting his haircut, Kenny looked like he had been living on a bus in Alaska eating poisonous plants. Now, that line, Kenny, is from some movie or book. Is that accurate?
Exactly. Yeah, Chris McCandless. It was based on a true story of a kid. I think he was from Georgia. I read the books. I remember it a little bit, but he ended up going, he traveled all around the U.S. He actually had a bunch of money saved up, and he gave it away, and he decided to just be out there and be free. And once he found himself in Alaska, it did go well for him, and he was out in the middle of nowhere, ended up eating some poisonous plants and passed away at literally he was like skin and bones. He couldn't even move.
Wait, did they do a movie about that, Ken?
Exactly. Yeah.
Into the Hard Sun or something, right?
Into the Wild. Into the Wild.
I think it was that Emil Hirsch or that.
Exactly. Emil Hirsch. Look at you.
Into the Wild.
I met Emil Hirsch. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah.
That sounds fucking terrible. It sounds like a terrible fucking.
Yeah.
I bring it up in this context.
As shit.
I bring it up in this context, and Kenny knows this, because when Michael Chiesa was weighing in for, I think, UFC 173, Jeff Gallo tweeted, Michael Chiesa looks like he's been living on a bus in Alaska eating poisonous plants. And to this day, it's the funniest tweet I've ever seen. And so I trot that line out there every now and again, and people are like, dude, what? And if the reference is lost on you now, maybe it's not so lost on you.
Yes.
All right. So if you want running commentary of Ihor Potieria and Robert Brejček, ESPN Plus is your destination. We got 33 seconds to go in round 2, but hopefully you're enjoying the live watch party. That's Big Ron Pellegrino there alongside Ray Longo, Ken Flo in all of his handsomeness in a gated community somewhere in the great state of North Carolina. And this fucking guy, man, what?
I believe me, I don't want to talk to you. Ray, forgive me if someone already asked. What's the beverage of choice tonight? Have we been over that already?
I'm actually have no beverage, but next time I'm definitely getting sauced up for the.
Ooh, I like to. My favorite word to describe it is sauce. And Ken Flo, are we on the Pellegrino again? I know.
Yeah, dude.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
Kenny, what's up with you? Why are you under the weather?
My whole family's been sick, man. And I first had the head cold, and now I'm dealing with the stomach bug. And so if I leave the chair very quickly, guys, just know.
Yeah, but he's still here, right? No, of course he's going to be here. Big Ron, what are you drinking? Nothing. Ooh.
Oh, okay. Johnny Walker Blue.
Real quick, it's
You
a commercial,
mentioned it
man.
the last
Pull up
time.
those
I
shirts,
figured I'd
man.
break
Throw
it
on
out.
that sweatshirt, man. One More Sleep merch arrived today.
I got my Taylor Swift
Yeah,
t-shirt.
throw on that sweatshirt, bro. I know you'll be
But
super
how
hot.
about the new flagship design, right?
I like it.
Pretty sick, huh?
So
Wow,
dope.
let me see that, John. Hold it up. The mic's blocking.
A little bit to your left, John. There you
There
go,
it
buddy.
is.
Right
Yeah,
there. There you go.
that's a
That's
good
dope.
design.
Bro, throw on that black and pink
And now we
t-shirt.
got Buffer's attorneys in the mix, right? So all these people making the other One More Sleep merchandise, just know Buffer's people are fucking cannonball coming. They're coming.
Is there people making that merch?
So for a while, we sold our One More Sleep merchandise at millions.co. And shout out to Scott Whitaker and Matt Whitaker and everybody at Millions for really getting One More Sleep off the ground and helping us, just imprint this in the hearts and minds of mixed martial arts fans around the world. But yeah, that's sick. Yeah, no, it looks great. But no, we wanted to do something that was a little bit more authentic, and we think we have arrived at the solution. Round 3 underway. Ihor Potieria and Robert Brejček. Can't wait till it's Ige and Fili, at least as far as the pronunciations are concerned. Nice inside leg kick there by Brejček. Kempflo, any idea who's winning this fucking fight?
No, man, I've been kind of focusing on you guys, to be honest. But it's been a lot of kind of fighting at long range, just kind of picking and pecking, and it's I don't know. I think it's kind of hard to determine.
Looks kind of even. I probably give the edge to Brejček.
Yeah, it's a perfect fight for a watch party. You know what I mean? Nut shot, plenty of time to, I want to know. Flo, the haircut, I will say, just haircut tight. Couldn't be tighter. And
Thanks,
Big Ron,
man.
that first leg of that parlay, absolutely take that. Absolutely take that.
Well, I thought that could have happened, but in the first 6-7 minutes, because it seemed like an inevitability. Wow.
Will they go to
Johnny Walker Blue? Maybe that was the last one.
But they go to the stools after 2 rounds, and you got what, under 2.5? That'll make you think.
Oh, we got new drops.
I didn't know we had the button.
Askren stiff as a board.
Wow.
Wow.
That's going to secure the fight for him.
Yeah, he may finish him.
3.5 minutes to go. Window of opportunity here for Ihor Potieria. Brejček back to his feet. You guys will see that in about 5 seconds. Ooh! Potieria throwing bombs here late in the fight.
What do I? He is right. I'm exactly 5 seconds behind.
Yeah.
Dan Ige, Andre Fili waiting in the wings in the co-main event. Oh, Potieria loading up. Missed on the uppercut. Doesn't miss with the right hand, though.
Damn. Oof.
I don't know that alcohol and live television commentary are a great mix, but this is
Always
fun.
a great mix.
Well, yeah, everyone's a little bit serious.
So if you don't
I
know,
already
Big Ron
couldn't say
Pellegrino.
inevitability.
Yeah, that was a labored inevitability. But
That's
if you
okay,
are
first
seeing
leg
Big
in.
Ron
I just said
Pellegrino
it
for the
clean
first
now.
time, Big Ron Pellegrino owns the Paradise Cantina in Las Vegas. Go pay him a visit. Oh, nice elbow from Potieria. Must be watching that Ken Flo film. But Big Ron is charged with our Anik and Florian podcast on DraftKings Sportsbook this year. So he's 2-1 out of the chute. He's got the first leg home tonight. He also needs Dan Ige and Joe Pyfer as chalk favorites to come in as well, and that would make him 3-1 on the year. Ron, what's the payout on the A&F parlay this week?
The 3-teamers plus 312.
All right.
Plus 312. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. When I was putting in the pick, I tried to do it later, just so I knew we were doing the podcast. So I wanted to actually watch it, and hopefully I had something live while we're live.
So we can celebrate.
Well, why not? We celebrated last week. We celebrated the first week. Why not?
All right, just over a minute and a half now to go in this third and final round.
I keep waiting for you to say the fight ended because I'm on a delay because it looks like the fight's going to end every second.
I think I'm like eight seconds behind. I'm pretty close to this clock on the screen, but
yeah. Where are you exactly in your home? You're in a new room right now. The last 4 episodes, you've been in a toilet closet.
Put him in the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm in my TV room, which is a fucking mess. Kenny, I should shift the camera over. You could look at the wooden dummy.
Do you have one? The Wing Chun dummy?
Hold on a second. Can you get that thing?
Oh yeah!
Look at that beauty.
That's awesome.
And that was
I love it. Review. Kenny picked it up.
So does this mean I think Brian Petrie, our fine handicapper, our chief handicapper, Brian Petrie sent you a camera? So does this mean like no more bathroom for the Anik and Florian podcast, or not necessarily?
No, I got the dog problem. I got to still figure that out.
So Dan Ige was to fight the undefeated Lerone Murphy tonight. Instead, he's fighting Andre Fili, and Fili had a real big win over Lucas Almeida last year at UFC 296, and it's a really interesting spot for Fili to hop in here because Andre largely has been a 500 fighter in the UFC, but I think he's much better than that UFC ledger indicates. And you have 2 guys, Dan Ige, Jack Hermanson, putting their rankings on the line against unranked fighters here tonight. Big opportunity for Andre Fili. There's the final horn. Ihor Potieria and Robert Krajicek mercifully go the distance at the UFC Apex in Las Vegas, which means our final 2 fights are still to come. So that's very exciting. All right, so I have a few other things I want to get to with you, gentlemen. We come prepared as always. I mean,
is this like serious MMA stuff? Like I want you to press buttons. Start pouring basil.
All right.
Like,
yeah,
no,
no.
Where were you?
The button rundown. Oh, you did a no. I don't need like a button rundown. But are you like going like serious now with like? Are you asking them questions? Like you're interviewing Chiesa about Randy Brown? No, I like it.
Got it all. The girls love us. We're like wham.
Flight of the Conchords. No, I was going to ask them a question about Joe Pyfer.
Go ahead.
Is that a fucking problem?
Sorry.
No. How was your dinner?
No,
you showed up late.
Anik and Anik bickering. I love this.
Thank you.
I'm the real article. What you see is what you
get.
It
is.
Planes, trains, and automobiles. Anyone? You know, my executive producer, Cody Bone Merrow, the maestro, one of my favorite people in the world. But dude, like I'm drinking basil hate. Then pause yours, John. What's the problem, Cody? Nobody's seeing your fucking notes for 4 seconds. I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to ask Kenny this question about Joe Pyfer, and I want to hear your thoughts, Raymond, as well.
Yeah.
So Joe Pyfer, it's one thing to be a star in the UFC, and maybe we have 50 stars, right? It's another thing to be a superstar. And Joe Pyfer this week was talking about his superstar potential. Kenny, I do believe that Joe Pyfer, just given his story, the command that he has on a microphone, what we've seen in the octagon thus far, I do believe Joe Pyfer has superstar potential. Yeah, listen, does that sound hyperbolic to you, Ken Flo, or do you think he has that?
No, listen, I think that he does have that great story. No question about that. But the story alone isn't going to make you a superstar. You got to be able to go out there and perform and be exciting. And he also happens to have that as well, man. He's got crazy power, hits extremely hard. He understands what his goal is every time he goes out there to fight. And he means it. He trains extremely hard. He's been hungry since day one, you know, wears his heart on his sleeve. But I do think he definitely has that potential.
All right, so I have paused my feed 4 seconds to try to align with you individuals. Nice. So Ukraine's Ihor Potieria, that's a huge win for him, right? Stepping up on short notice and getting it done on the main card.
Yeah, man.
Yes, it is. But like, get back to Pyfer. You know, he was the guy that fought on a couple of my regional shows, was a beast from the beginning. And I got to tell you, man, I always look for adversity in guys that grew up like with that adversity because it hardens them a little bit. And if you could get through to them and they could develop the talent, I think it's an unstoppable force. I mean, it's just that you could use that as motivation. I've seen it, I've witnessed it, and I've worked with it. I think he has the potential to really be something big. The next couple of fights, if they groom him the right way, he's already now. What's Hermanson ranked?
Number 11.
Yeah. And where's Pyfer ranked?
He does not have a number.
It doesn't have a rank. Yeah. So there's a nice step up for him. That division to me is wide open, man.
I agree. 100%.
It's been a great year for the middleweight division, and we kind of build it. By the way, Ihor Potieria is your winner. The live odds at one point on DraftKings Sportsbook, Bright was minus 450, and then it swung to Potieria minus 450. Sometimes on the live telecast, I'm hesitant to bang those live odds because I don't know if it's the fact that I've been betting on sports essentially every day since 1996, but if I can't see a live number in the sports book, Ron, we've talked about this, right? If I'm not looking at that live number, how fucking live is that on? How live is it, Ron? Tell me, put your drink down and tell me how live that fucking on is.
Little juice, Johnny.
Buddy, listen, you got to be available. You got to be ready. You can't be fucking around like we are right now. You know what I mean?
I'm not as good a listener when I'm drinking, so I need to listen too. But all that energy is like bottled up. Like I could let it go at any guy.
How about the way I walked in here? I'm jumping out of my skin still.
What'd you have for dinner?
Some sushi,
Scotch.
Did you have any drinks at dinner?
It's a very long story. I did not.
All right.
Did not.
Because you came in here hooped up
just
on
really
some
love
recreational.
You guys. No, just really excited to be with all of you gentlemen with the Chiesa bonus. I didn't know I was getting Chiesa.
Right. We'll see the Monday morning quarterback we get out of Longo when we have our decompression phone call after our regular Anik and Florian podcast. We'll see the extent to which Longo enjoyed this watch party. But Raymond, we appreciate the sacrifice as always from the start of the show.
Dude, you guys are family, man. This is not a problem. I don't know. Where'd you guys grow up?
Exactly. Dude, we are family, and we're going to see you in the great state of California 100%. In a few days.
100%, man.
Yep.
And again, I'll have plenty of time.
All right. Well, we got nothing but time out there. That's very exciting. Henry Cejudo had a birthday yesterday. He fights your guy, Merab Dvalishvili, coming up this weekend. Next weekend,
43?
I guess. Yeah. You're trying to beat that guy twice.
Yeah. You better be ready because I tell you, Merab's not going to stop. I don't know how he's going to keep him off him, but it should be an interesting fight.
He doesn't stop.
Chiesa said it about the co-main event. I said it on my show with Bilal Muhammad earlier this week. When you have this type of co-main event, and John, I'm sure, and Kenny and Ray, you guys come across this all the time where you have two guys fighting where you're like, oh, man, like, really? Yeah. I think I was almost rooting for a draw with these two guys. I've gotten to know Ige pretty well. Got to be rooting for Ige every time he makes a walk. And Andre Fili, I got to know recently, and it's like,
right. I mean, you and Eric Nixick are sleeping together at this time, right?
No, but yeah, I mean, John, you must run into that. I mean, there are certain matchups that you're like,
Jason is all over you tonight.
Hey, and John, do you remember my nickname when we were doing MMA live on ESPN way back in the day? Remember what they used to call me?
K-Swiss?
Yes.
You know why they call
Switzerland?
Yeah. Right. Well, that was at an early time, and I'm always right up in the president of Team Florian. I'm always trying to defend the guy, but no, Kenny had a lot of connective tissue with a lot of these athletes, right? And so they'd be like, "Who are you picking?" And he's like, "Well, I've trained with both of them. You want me to go on ESPN 2 and pick against one of them?" And so, they started calling him K-Swiss because he was sitting on the fucking fence.
Kenny, you did the right thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough picking. Like I asked Bilal a lot on our show, I'm like, you picking with your heart or you picking your head? Because, you got to pick your boys. I mean, come on.
Hey, Ron, under for Taylor Swift being shown on camera at the Super Bowl is 5.5. I actually I bring it up in this context. I had the over-under set at 3.5 for how many times you would mention Bilal Muhammad, and you're already at 2.
So the Taylor Swift prop, what I was going to say, it's 5 minutes from the start of the game. You can be sure they're going to show her in the lead up, right? It's the first, it's after kickoff, John. All right. Touchy-feely.
No, I just bring it up because you keep mentioning.
Remember the name, Bilal Muhammad.
All right, so Andre Fili has hit the inspection zone. It's a huge fight for him. Huge fight for Andre Fili. You could say the same thing about his fight against Lucas Almeida last year at UFC 296, in which he shined. Camflo, Kieran Fitzgibbons has not always been in the corner of Andre Fili. I think the last 4 or 5 fights, old reliable Danny Castillo, father of 2 there as well. But a lot of people with high praise for Kieran and what he does.
Yeah, Kieran has a ton of experience in the Muay Thai realm. Has had a very successful gym, CSA, for a while. I think it's CSA is what it's called, right? In the San Francisco area. And he's got a lot of strikers underneath him, man. So curious to see how Fili looks here in this fight because of that.
So, Ray, would you be watching these fights just in silence? Well, not in silence, obviously. Maybe you don't mute the commentary like Dominic Cruz does when he's not calling fights. But would you be watching these fights by yourself right now?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I love it, man. Just totally locked in. He didn't want any of my noise, Jay, in the pre-show meeting, right? He's just looking up at the screen like, this fucking Bostonian, so annoying.
That is the one thing that's tricky, though. It's like I want to just talk shit to flow, but I got to like watch the fight too.
Yeah. No, I tell you, Kenny, I think in this fight, Fili really has to utilize those kicks to balance this guy. He can't get into a boxing match with him.
Absolutely. If Ige gets into that boxing ring, that's where he can put your lights out. So Fili has to be very smart, very disciplined this whole time, and no question about it.
But he goes kick heavy. I think he'll give him a problem.
Yep.
All right, so here's Dan Ige making the walk. This dude, man, is so familiar with this walk at the UFC Apex. He has competed and realized a lot of success in this building. He's still number 13 in the world. Kenny, we said on the show last week, we'll let Camflo get that yawn in. Ron, I don't know how you've done historically betting on or against Dan Ige, but in these spots, look at Nick Sick's new lettuce.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Whoa. I mean, all these guys with their new hair, you know, everybody thinks I'm fucking going bald. I could grow a full head. We like this look.
Bro, I'm
I
flying
did
a
not
turkey.
recognize Eric Nixick with the new hair.
What's up, E? Still got that tight fade?
Oh, yeah. He's mid.
What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Ron, Danny usually wins these fights that he's favored to win.
This is a fight he wins. This is a fight he typically has always historically wins. Yeah.
I think you and I should maybe make a straight wager on this fight, but I can't really do that contractually.
No, you can't.
Big Ron owes me $1,200 right now.
Ron, did you say
Big Ron doesn't owe you shit?
Because if Big Ron lost, Big Ron just played. Get out of here.
It's a joke. It's content, but he does.
It's content.
Hey, Ron, sorry,
it's on my app whenever you want it.
Ron, I missed that. Did you picked Ige? Is that right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I picked Ige in the fight. What John's referring to is he's trying to flex. He put in a future bet a couple months ago that Jason mocked him for. There's a receipt.
Yeah, you're right.
You just saw it.
You're right.
And it came in. So John picked a nice little plus 1,200. Well, it turned out to be a
3-1. Yeah.
winner.
Will Anderson to win the Defensive Rookie of the Year in the National Football League. Nice hit.
And I'm waiting for to say, Ronnie, put it on the coin toss tomorrow.
Right. We go tails. But no,
tails never fails.
Hey, Kenny, real quick though, like John with this like Taylor Swift shirt, like he's worn it multiple times now when I've been in this studio, and then he's trying to like blame Cody for it. There's your guy, like, come on, like he loves it. A lot of these guys love it. Like Aaron Rodgers love it. They love being like Swifties. I don't know, man.
That hoodie is hard, bro. That hoodie looks good.
You like that?
Have you seen Frivola? John, have you seen Frivola lately in any of the videos?
Are you talking about him not getting a haircut for weeks?
Yeah, so he walks he walks into the gym list week and goes, "Yo, Teen Wolf, it's good to see you."
Yes.
You know what? But if you think about it, no, John. But now I go, he has no clue what the fuck I'm talking about.
Oh, because we're all.
Everybody else is laughing, and then somebody sends me a picture of Teen Wolf. Dude, he looks like Teen Wolf.
Michael J. Oh, no, it wasn't Michael J. Fox. It was Michael J. Fox in the first one, and then it was Bateman in the second one.
Yes,
yeah, Bateman.
Bateman's the Teen Wolf that gave me nightmares. My first child came out. No, my first child came out with hair all across her forehead, and that was my biggest fear because I'm a hairy individual. And my first kid comes out, fucking hair on the forehead. I'm like, holy fuck, we got Teen Wolf. And I'm thinking about Jason Bateman. But thank God all that hair on her forehead fell out. I love you, Riley, in the other room, probably hearing this nonsense. Oh, maybe we should get a studio, huh?
I forgot.
He's dunking on his kid.
Anik just letting it rip.
But you were about to you asked Kenny about something and he didn't get to answer. You remember what that was?
It was about your shirt, man. It wasn't. It wasn't about MMA, but we could watch.
No, I want to ask Kenny. All right,
Yeah.
Andre Fili, Dan Ige, underway in the co-main event. Fili in the blue trunks, going southpaw early. Dan Ige in the red. Nice shot to the body there by 50K.
Yeah, Dan Ige has that really strong blitz. You got to be very careful. Be on your bike for him.
Who?
Oh, come on now.
Felt like maybe Fili's length could give Ige some issues. Nice calf kick by Dan Ige.
Yeah.
Oof. There you go. There's the jab.
Oh,
from
yeah.
Fili.
You got to hold the range. That's it.
It's amazing all these MMA heads, once the big fights start, everybody's just completely locked in. I was just going to ask Kenny if he had ever listened or enjoyed Taylor Swift music because I'm a fan, you know.
I haven't. You guys seen the little controversy about Taylor Swift? Everyone's saying it's pretty much just like a psyop. They're saying, well, Swift is being used for political purposes, yada, yada, yada.
That's why I'm wearing the shirt, Ken Flo, right? Because, because Travis Kelce, 3.5 to go here, round one. Not much doing here early. Travis Kelce was pursuant of a relationship with Taylor Swift.
Okay, yeah.
That's the foundation of that relationship. It wasn't her going after like the NFL, allegedly. All right.
I do like in these Apex fights. Go ahead, sorry.
No,
What were we going to say, Jay, about what do you like about these Apex fights?
I do like being able to sort of hear the coaches during the round sometimes. I know sometimes the broadcasters are audible to the fighters like DC or Bisping or whatever, but what I'm getting at is not hearing my boy Nixick right now.
I know. Maybe you can virtually put your fucking fingers through his new hair on Remember the Show on Thursday. Would you like to virtually put your fingers through Eric Nixick's new hair? Go ahead.
Loves Nixick.
Don't even get him going on Ankalaev.
I know.
He loves that guy.
But no, when Ray's in the Apex, you love being able to hear Ray throughout the round, not just when he's mic'd.
Ray Longo is one of my favorite human beings. If I got married a second time, he would be a groomsman.
Gotcha.
Oh, man. That's a wow.
Dang.
Wow.
Dan Ige by knockout.
That right hand, though.
Holy crow. What a missile.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
The Apex Predator, Dan Ige by knockout. He gets Andre Fili out of there in round one. I will admit to having missed the knockout.
Right. It was exactly what you were talking about. He wasn't using those legs to keep him on the outside. He was trying to like box them a little bit and use his
he
footwork,
got a little too close a couple of times. You know, he got away with it at the beginning, but that was it.
Dude, Ige can crack, man.
No, you can't step in the, when you step in the pocket with him, you better be used to being in the pocket.
Yep. Damn. Even the follow-up shot was nasty.
Oh, man. So there was a big right hand for the knockdown. And then a follow-up shot did not miss. It bounced Fili's head on the canvas.
What the?
And I believe that's the finest referee in the game, or at least one of them, Jason Herzog, had seen enough.
Big win for 50K.
Dang, dude.
The accuracy.
And he might have just earned himself another 50K with that knockout.
I think he's getting it based on what we've seen tonight. He's definitely
up and over that hand, man.
Look what he did. He left his hand out there. That's
that's a
huge big step up for Fili. You know, I think he deserved to get that crack at a top guy.
Well, and Kenny, you see Jimmy Gifford and Eric Nixick coming in there and consoling Andre Fili. It just shows you how much respect Fili has from his contemporaries in the game. But certainly in terms of Fili making another run at featherweight and trying to take Ige's ranking, that's not going to happen tonight.
No, it isn't, man. This is just such a brutal sport. You know, those divisions as well. It's just crazy. So what a knockout, man, from Ige.
So Big Ron, you know where I'm going. I know
free.
you take this Anakin Florian podcast parlay pretty seriously. Second leg, Dan Ige is in. Yeah, take a sip, man.
Yeah. Well,
Nicely
no,
done.
I'm saying, no, it's business, bro. It's like Kobe. Remember, he's like, "Where's the smile?" You know, job's not done. What, Mamba, respect. What I was gonna say was, feel free now. This is why you set up your last leg with a heavy favorite, is so you can go the other way. Guarantee there's no loser. You got plus money. You can put as little as you want, as much as you want. Guarantee a win.
Smack.
Yeah, look at that.
I'm going to actually have to go back and watch that fight to talk about it articulately on the Anakin Florian podcast on Monday. But an incredible win for Dan Ige, being interviewed right now by Daniel Cormier.
Those are fights. Dan Ige wins. 7.
Yeah, I mean, that was sort of my thesis statement coming in, and that was the jumping off. What's you don't want me to say thesis statement on a watch party? Is that the problem?
I literally just smiled and just getting eaten alive.
Fili stiff as a board tonight. Dan Ige, number 13 in the world. He's going to be in a big fight next. I mean, I talk about him as the apex predator, but guy's got a pay-per-view style, man. His nickname's fucking 50K. I mean, right?
He was ranked higher at one point, no?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
How high did he get up in the rankings?
I think 6
Certainly.
or 7.
Yeah, I think Kenny's right. Yeah.
But that division, man, it's no joke either, man.
Crazy division.
Well, Aljamain Sterling, your guy's about to try to take Calvin Cater's number, right?
He had a good day in the gym today, Aljo.
Nice.
Can you expand upon that thought for us or no?
No.
Nothing. Not a damn.
Has he
nothing.
lost any weight yet, Ray?
Right.
I don't know about that.
Is he going to 55? What's happened?
Nah, he's I don't even want to say his weight. I don't even know. We did talk about it. Though.
How do you want to say
Ray,
his weight? I don't know.
Ray, see, this is where I would know not even to ask that question. They know not to ask. They don't get
I like
it.
seeing Ray
Boston.
squirm every
They don't
once in a
get.
while.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
rare.
yeah. What is it?
It's rare.
Don't tell no one, but I'll just tell you bullshit. They don't.
Had to go, Danny.
So next up will be Joe Pyfer and Jack Hermanson in the main event. And we talked on the Anakin Florian podcast about this line movement. Joe Pyfer was minus 198. And every time I go into the sports book, the price is more steep. Kenny, do you remember what was the longest layoff of your career?
That is a good question. Geez. I would assume it would probably be when I was supposed to fight Evan Dunham, tore my MCL, and then went down to 45 to fight Diego Nunes. So I think it was like, gosh, maybe a little over a year, maybe.
That sounds right.
Yeah, maybe either 10 to 12 months, something like that. Yeah.
And to the Evan Dunham fans joining us tonight, I am also a fan of Evan Dunham, but the notion that Ken Flo was somehow avoiding that fight, right? Look up my address in Boca Raton, Florida, if you're actually of that opinion. But I do think that this Jack Hermanson layoff is factored into this line movement, right? I just think a lot of people, when they dig deep into this fight, and Ron, I don't know how much money you have. I mean, probably you have like buckets of cash maybe on Joe Pyfer here tonight, but Jack Hermanson hasn't fought since 2022. And there was a time where Jack Hermanson was regularly headlining for the UFC and was thought to be one of the best middleweights in the world. And he has a chance tonight at 35, 36 years old to prove that he is still that guy. But it's a long layoff that Jack Hermanson's staring at coming in here tonight.
Yeah, man, that's a tall order. That's a tall order going against this animal. I mean, I'm not saying he can't do it. He's a veteran, and who knows? I mean, what's the longest that Joe Pyfer's actually fought? Hasn't he just had finished everybody in like the first round, or did he go to the second?
Bro, I've been drinking Basil Hayden since like 7 p.m.
Never mind. Stupid,
like
stupid.
I
got serious. I apologize. All
no,
I'm
it's
saying
fine.
Is, it's a tall fucking order to go against this monster.
Sometimes Joe Rogan will be to my right and he'll be like, what nerve was fused in Brian Kelleher's neck? And I'm like, Joe, I got a lot of answers for you. I don't have that one here tonight. And certainly tonight, I don't have many of those answers. They are promoting UFC 298 right now.
So he did. He knocked out Al Hassan in round 2, his last one, Pyfer.
All right, so our esteemed producer Cody Merrow pulling up the live odds. Joe Pyfer minus 238. Jack Hermanson plus 195. A little bit.
It was higher.
You're right.
It went back a little.
I'm seeing minus 225 locally. Joe Pyfer.
It was as high as 258. It went up to 265 for like a minute.
I know it's the least analytical breakdown ever, but I just do not envision a world where I wake up tomorrow morning and this dude, Joe Pyfer, hasn't just won a fight. I can't see it. I can't see it. Some of these guys on this trajectory, even, and this may be like even Ian Gary, Jeff Neal next week. Like I know Bilal thinks Jeff Neal has a great, it was my third time mentioning Bilal, but love Jeff Neal in that fight and been in there with him. I get it. But Ian Gary, it's like, I just think he's picking the right fights. UFC's giving him the right guys. You know, Bo Nichols, same thing. I just can't see Joe Pyfer losing the spot.
Kenny, I don't know how you feel about the grappling. I feel like Joe Pyfer is underrated in that area. He is an active grappler, right? Competing. Yep. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt. I think certainly on the feet, it stands to reason that Pyfer has a massive speed and power advantage with respect to the great Jack Hermanson, right? But as far as the grappling is concerned, I'm not sure that it's one takedown and that's a wrap for Jack Hermanson. Joe Pyfer can grapple.
No, absolutely. Listen, I think that he has a major athleticism advantage as well. I think he moves really well. Hermanson sometimes comes off a little awkward on the feet a little bit. Doesn't mean he's not good. He is effective, no question about it. And he has submitted some very good guys. So I think Pyfer for this one, though, his sprawl is going to have to be on point. I haven't seen like a ton of exchanges on the ground from Pyfer, but he can't submit you. And that arm triangle that he hit was tremendous. It was clean. Just a guy being that big and athletic and powerful can be a huge problem. Guys, I have a question because, I was doing a little bit of research on Pyfer, and there was some kind of debate as to whether he actually has the record as the most powerful puncher at the UFC PI. What's the story behind that? Does anybody know?
The power cube. Supposedly he broke Ngannou's pounds per square inch or however they measure it or whatever. Yeah.
But they didn't.
And everyone's saying it's bullshit because no, they're just saying it can't be true because nobody could possibly punch harder than Ngannou. So it's bullshit. Okay, he said he tore his rotator cuff when he did it or some shit. So
damn, he was trying to win. Yeah.
So I have to just say or admit to you guys. So Tom Brady was at Power Slap last night.
Yes.
And for some reason that cracked that door ajar for me. And I actually got sucked in last night and found myself on, I'm just want you guys to know, found myself on Rumble taking in, several minutes of the operation. And I know people in the operation. So there's a little bit of juice there, but I watched a good chunk and Brady sort of got me in there, man.
Hey, John, can you reach over and slap your brother there?
Yeah.
You guys,
I know. I kid.
Kenny,
Hey, Flo, did you see the first block though? Flo?
He did. It was good. Good head movement.
That was good. I've seen this live.
My hand was in good position.
Kenny could ask me to do anything, and I would do it. So you mentioned Power Slap. I got the chance to fill in at a Power Slap press conference for Charlie Arnold, and I'm in, right? Because I got to meet the actual athletes. But as a live event, people say it's just fucking bananas.
I don't even know what to say other than I got sucked in a little bit. I'm seeing Jimmy Stewart, my guy Jimmy Stewart, walking across the stage. I know these people. That's part of it. Seeing Amber.
Ray, you know what the issue is? Tom Brady had fear of missing out. And he felt like he would be missing out if he didn't go to Power Slap.
Go ahead, Ray.
Driving home from Philly last night, Quinta, that's all he had on. He was in the back seat, and I think Bisping was the announcer. I mean, I was listening. I said, "What do you want?" It sounded like an event, though. Bisping really spiced it up. I don't know what the fuck they were talking about. But they did a good presentation. I didn't look at it, but what I could hear, he tried to make it as exciting as possible. And they brought in that girl that's, I think she's like kind of attractive. She got the big lips. I don't think she ever did anything before.
And she got absolutely blasted and won the fight because the other girl took a step. But nonetheless, she was frozen with crooked fingers. Sorry.
Frozen pizza, right?
Yeah. But that's
Randy
all right.
Costa,
Like,
former UFC fighter, was fighting in a regional show in Massachusetts. Ken Flo knocks an opponent out cold. The announcer's like, "Frozen pizza." It's like, I gotta fucking use that.
you know, my guy Damian Nelson knocked out that kid from the UFC that was in the UFC.
Who's that?
Damian Nelson, that guy Sheamus, maybe something like that.
Oh, Don Shamus, shameless Don Shamus.
Yeah, he got knocked.
That was last night.
Damian knocked him out. Yeah, third round.
That's a huge win because Sheamus was on the cusp of getting an invite back to the UFC, but Longo Weidman, Sarah Longo MMA, let's go, huh?
You can't fuck with these guys, John. There's a couple of killers in there. Damian's a really super talented guy. I don't even think he got touched in the fight. He just pieced him up the whole fight and then took him out in the third.
That's a huge win for Damian.
I think so, yeah. And he took it last minute. I said, "Listen, Dame, you got to go for it." You know, I don't know. It was really. I'm proud of him, man. He did a great job.
And the only reason I know that result is because Don Shamus is a friend, and I saw his Instagram post today, and he was swollen eating French fries and seemed to be in a pretty good place about it. But that's a huge win for your guy, Damian. Congratulations,
Thank you.
So when do you head to Anaheim, Ray? If you don't know, Raymond Longo will be in the corner of Merab Dvalishvili for UFC 298. When are you heading to the Big A, Ron?
I'll be there Wednesday by like 7 o'clock. I think I get in.
Oh, you get in at 7 o'clock. All right. Well, maybe I'll see you Thursday. I was thinking maybe we could break bread on Valentine's Day, but it sounds like you're getting in pretty late. So,
well, 7 is early. No, what are you talking about?
That's 10 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be in bed shortly thereafter.
No,
that's right. You guys gonna be away from the home on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
AKA
Correct.
Penis Christmas. Sorry to hear that.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah. Penis Christmas.
Yeah, dipping out of town that day.
Me and my son are on Team Penis.
There you go.
We are. Me and my
In your
son
house?
Hunter, who I'm about to wake. Yeah, we're Team Penis. We have
Makes sense.
my wife and then 2 daughters, and then our dog is also female.
Right.
We'll see if our dog stays female, in this day and age, right?
Well,
You never know.
What team are they on?
What's
John,
that,
what
Ray?
team are they on? What team are they on?
They don't really have a team name. They just can't be on our team. My son makes it very clear to all of them that, they can't be on Team Penis. We call it Team Peace, though, to try to be politically correct at times, but we all know it's Team Penis,
H-bomb. That kid's legit.
He can't wait till his is bigger than mine. I said it won't be long now, son.
What? No pun
What?
intended. No pun intended. Yeah.
I mean, he might never get there, right? He might never get there. I promise.
All right. So
Joe Pyfer, draped in the red, white, and blue.
there he is.
There we go.
I can't.
I tell you, these guys got a good thing going in Philly too, man. Close knit. Everybody's killing it.
That's the truth, man. Dean Thomas racing to get up there every week.
Is he real? What's he doing up there?
I don't know exactly. A lot of these, he's like Ken Flo, keeps a lot of things close to the vest. But no, but you like that, Flo? Like that fade close to the head. We like that. No, I mean, I don't know. I don't know exactly what he's doing. He works a lot with Sean Brady.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes, that's the impetus for Dean Thomas's myriad trips up to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. But there's a lot of talent up there. Randy Brown trains alongside Joe Pyfer. You see Sean Brady, the welterweight contender, in the corner of Pyfer, who hits the inspection zone right now. And Ken Flo, I like seeing the stars and stripes. Ray, I don't know if you got anything for me on this, right? But like, we just launched new One More Sleep merchandise, and I sent a message to you. Please tell me we got USA. And you said, of course we have USA. But Kenny, it seems like there's just a lot more patriotism from other nations. And I like seeing Justin Gaethje and Joe Pyfer rocking the stars and stripes loud and fucking proud.
I love to see it, man. We've become so divided, right? We've kind of been so divided, and it's great to see guys that are still out there that believe in freedom, that believe in and the ideals of America, and Joe Pyfer, man, wearing that proud for sure.
100%.
And Ray, one thing that is unmistakable is the American success in mixed martial arts and the UFC in particular, right? If you go to just look at the history of UFC champions and they'll lay it out chronologically, bunch of fucking stars and stripes, man. No country has realized more success in the octagon than USA. So
Yeah,
Who's second, John? Brazil? Got to be Brazil, right?
Yes, I think it's Brazil.
And I got to tell you, back in the day, before they changed the rules of boxing, we always dominated, man. 76, I think we had 8 or 9 gold medal winners, then 80, 84. And then they started messing with the rules. You can't even look at boxing anymore in the Olympics. It's just bullshit. But when you had Leonard, remember Leonard, Howard Davis, Michael Spinks, Leon Spinks,
Muhammad Ali,
just crazy, man.
Ray, what was the extent of your competition as an athlete? Like, what was your shining moment?
No, zero. There's no there's no highlight.
God, he's just a man of humility. Did he ever play any team sports, Raymond?
Yes. Very good.
Yes.
Baseball and basketball. But I really honestly,
I bet you could crack.
I was good up until like 16. And then I just started doing martial arts. That was it. I just didn't give a shit about anything else, man.
But I bet when you played basketball, you were pretty good at boxing out, huh? Right? Nobody's getting a rebound over fucking Raymond Peter Longo,
I grew late in life. I had a good outside shot, though. It was good. I loved basketball.
So, Ron, is this guy going to get in the way of your parlay here or what?
Listen, Jack Hermanson, I don't want him anywhere near him while they're dry. That's all I'm going to say. That guy grabs a limb. You never know.
Yeah.
It's interesting when we talk about
tall order.
When we talk about athleticism in the UFC, and Kenny fought a lot of great athletes, right? Like BJ Penn and Jose Aldo, guys who were known for just sheer athleticism, but they didn't play Division I college soccer.
No. Oh,
nope.
God.
Nope, they didn't. They didn't.
This is Ken Flo's all-star photo. If you're watching on the watch party for the first time, it's Kenny's all-star photo from the Boston Herald in the 1990s that I bought on eBay earlier this year. Kid played D1 soccer at Boston College, and I don't think he gets enough credit for his athleticism.
No, I agree. And the
that on a shirt?
Photographer's in there, and Kenny's like, what?
What?
Put that on the shirt.
One of the best guys at faking like I was injured when I had the ball. One of the best guys at faking like I was injured. No, I kid. I was
Big
not
Ron,
doing that. I was not doing the fake rolls.
Big Ron, that's a great idea. We are going to put that photo on a T-shirt.
Natural.
Oh,
natural.
Yeah. The most mad I've ever seen Ken Flo. And by the way, Jack Hermanson, 11th ranked middleweight in the world, hitting the inspection zone. Tate doing a number on him with the Vaseline tonight.
Oh, wait, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Am I bigger than Tate? Is Tate bigger than me? I've heard multiple reports. I've never met the guy.
In a power slap competition, I would take you. You are slightly bigger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, from what I saw in those pictures, I think you're a lot bigger.
Chris Geraldo said that Tate's way bigger than me.
How tall are you, Ron?
So allegedly, once upon a time, I was 6'4", but now in my 40s, apparently I'm just barely 6'3". The animal doesn't.
It happens.
It happened to me. Yeah.
It happened to me for sure.
Kenny, you were listed 5'11" in the UFC. Is that right or no?
I think 5'10". I'm probably like 5'9".
Yeah, you're like my brother's 5'10".
Exactly.
But I think
Cody says
if you think about it, even like the abuse your back takes and your discs start squishing together. I mean, you are going to shrink, man, just by that. Even if it's a half an inch, that's big, man. That's a lot.
Yeah, gravity's
gravity,
real.
Man. Gravity. Yeah.
Without a doubt.
If you're looking for reasons to not train in jiu-jitsu, it will fucking shrink you. That's why I stopped. I didn't want to get shorter. I'm 5'8 3/4. Well, I'm ready to go.
Stopped.
No, I'm
not
shrunk
like being in like
300 fucking pounds,
right?
Yeah. Well, no, there was this brown belt who was like, dude, you can't even execute a Kimura sweep. And I was like, I'm not coming back next week, man. Look at Joe Pyfer flexing for the camera. Joe Martinez, the man in Merlot tonight, getting us ready for the main event here inside the UFC Apex, just moments away. The judges are ready. Mike Bell, Sal Diamano. You like that?
I love it.
Yeah, man. You fucking like that. The judges are ready. Make some fucking noise if you're ready.
He made it as long as he could.
It's time. Zoomy Buff. It's time.
That's what
time.
How about Buff introducing the Kansas City Chiefs and the 49ers, huh?
Incredible. Joe Pyfer, Jack Hermanson. I will circle back to what I was going to say. The most mad I've ever seen Ken Flo. It was on the eve of his fight against Gray Maynard at the TD Garden in Boston. And he's up on our MMA live set. And he has just made weight. And we were having a lot of technical difficulties, and finally there was this loud piercing noise in Ken Flo's headset. And he was like, dude, I'm fucking out of here. You know? It's
Did
the
I
only
leave?
time. Yeah, you
Did
left.
I leave?
You didn't do the interview. You'll fucking later.
Oh my goodness. What a dickhead. Wow.
No.
Walk
No,
off.
I was like, I'm sitting there as the president of Team Florian, like,
Right.
this is not what we're looking for. And then thankfully, I was like, he got out of there. I was like, good, that's the right decision, man.
Oh
You know?
gosh, I don't even remember that. Damn.
Yeah, right.
That's crazy.
John, you were looking for hot dogs somewhere.
Yeah, dude. I'm about to fucking eat my fingers at that point. Oh my god.
All right.
That's
We're getting
hilarious.
ready for the main event. And if you did tail Ron Pellegrino on the Anik and Florian podcast parlay, most of these parlays he's done in 2024 pay out about plus 300. If you did tail him on DraftKings Sportsbook, the first 2 legs are in. He just needs Joe Pyfer, however chalky, to cash here tonight.
Dude, Hermanson is a big 185er,
Mhm.
and Piper's still bigger than him, dude. That's crazy.
What's the over under on this fight?
I don't have that
That's a
total
flat
for you. I'm
round.
sure Cody can probably chase it, but I think it
He is
was
big.
Yeah, he is.
The under 2.5 was like plus or minus 160. I looked at it. I liked it actually.
So Jack Hermanson back for the first time since 2022. And he's not a guy who's getting like a hair transplant. Oh, big left hook early
I
from
tell
Joe
you what,
Pyfer.
man, Joe Pyfer is.
But like Jack Hermanson ain't getting a hair transplant. Like he'll shave his head. You know,
Fuck that. I'm going to Turkey with Nixick.
we've had this conversation, Big Ron. I don't get it. You're a handsome man. Just shave your
Because
fucking
you have a
dome.
mint head of hair. You're like my brother. He shaved his head his whole life. He's got a fucking mop of hair. You grow it whenever he wants. I don't want it to sound like I don't have hair. It's just thin and shit.
About Turkey? What do they do?
See,
What do they got
Longo's
this-
trying to get one of these transplants, Ronald.
Yeah, there's
Ray,
like this,
we're gonna talk next week. I got people already. You know I'll figure it out. I got people in Turkey. Literally, John. You know Elpai, the butler.
Oh, of course I know
Robert and
Alpine.
Elpai, the butler.
Yes.
Elpai's from Turkey. We got people over there.
Oh,
We
that's
want to get us all
amazing.
hooked up. Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Well, if
we
anybody
got,
wants a hair transplant at Big Ron Bets, he'll get you covered, right?
Remember
Me
Ralph?
first.
Sorry.
But I got Ray covered.
Yeah, Big Ron.
Right by Hermanson. Flo, what are you seeing 90 seconds in?
Yeah, man. I think Hermanson's a little hesitant. He's starting to find his range a little bit more. Pyfer really kind of going back to his stalking ways, more like a predator. And Hermanson hasn't quite found the proper range just yet. He's a little off balance here.
That looked like it affected him a little bit.
Oh, nasty left hook.
Yep.
That's about the third time he hit him with that hook.
Yeah, like Piper's just way more relaxed right now than Hermanson. Hermanson looks a little tight. Not to say you can't be effective that way, but Pyfer seems like a cool customer in there right now.
Under 3 minutes to go round one between these two Caucasian gentlemen. Nice overhand right from Pyfer. Can't say that on a live telecast, right, Ron? Am I
right? Bro, we gotta get you smoking weed again.
Oh!
You're gonna get us all fucking canceled.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
I don't know. Something.
I was at the girls' soccer game trying to get some sun today to look a little bit less.
Can we get some Team Penis shirts for the AFL tonight or not? Can we get?
It's a nice drop down left hand by Joe Pyfer. He just looks comfortable, right? And certainly Jack Hermanson, with his wealth of UFC experience, multiple time UFC headliner.
No, you don't want to stop.
Twig and berries.
I figured he was going to go right back in. That's crazy.
Yeah. Why would you want to stop? Yeah.
That didn't look like a big, that bad of a shot.
Just over 2 minutes to go in round one. Ray, to what extent are you enjoying this more than just watching the fights by yourself? Be honest to our viewership, if you would.
He hates it.
Yeah, he doesn't answer. Silence. Silence.
He fucking hates it.
No, he does.
Ray, I'll make it up to you next week, buddy. I promise you. In multiple ways.
Oh man, he still hasn't answered.
Oh, actually, good. No, I'm answering the question. Really good.
Really good.
That could be the beginning of the end.
Uh-oh.
That's a big right hand from Joe Pyfer.
Yeah, dude.
Jack Hermanson, the Joker poker face.
Yeah,
I think
like
Hermansson's hurt.
Yeah, and I think Pyfer is being patient, smart.
Yeah.
Tons of patience. I mean,
and Pyfer not discriminating. Nice shot to the body. Yep.
That was nasty. Dug it in there.
It back. A teep kick. Could probably use a lot of those, Jack, but I hope you don't throw them.
Yeah, Hermansson's biting on a lot of those feints now too, so that doesn't bode well for him.
Man, he's got concrete in his gloves. That kid.
Dude, look at his
He's
shoulder.
not even swinging hard.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like he's just kind of letting it fall.
Just effortless. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Let's just let this keep going.
Oh,
shit.
About 40 seconds to go in round one. It has largely been Joe Pyfer here early on.
All defense, Hermansson. Literally trying not.
Gosh.
Even the jab.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. This kid's got a lot. He's a big 185 pounds. My ass. What's he weighing right now? About 215? He's
oh,
huge.
my gosh.
Seriously, I bet you making that weight's got to be a bitch for this kid.
Oh, yeah,
he's
man.
a big boy.
Stick.
Yeah, like Hermansson can't get on the inside. That jab is just pumping. He can't get into the proper range of where he wants him. He wants to be in the body lock or in that on those legs, and Pyfer's just not having it.
All right, round one in the can. Nice job by the favorite Joe Pyfer there early on. 5 minutes down, potentially 20 to go.
Yeah, Herman. I mean, the other guy's got to make some adjustments, so this isn't going to go much further.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, the physicality of this kid is fucking brutal.
Listen, I respectfully, I know I'm not a fighter or a trainer, or you guys are all legends. I'm not trying to say that, but as my perspective and what I do in my life right now, if the corner isn't telling them, okay, so now just go out there and get this over in the next 90 fucking seconds, and let's get out of here with no bumps and bruises. Because you can see right now, this kid has got it. I mean, there's no. I'm gonna shut my fucking mouth, but I'm telling you, go out there and kill the fucking guy.
Ron, you're kind of right. There really isn't much resistance right now, right?
Why even fuck around? Don't let this happen. You know what I mean? Just go and take it.
A little touch of awkwardness, but if he's. I say he got that round to get his read. I'm saying the fight's over in this round.
Yeah, he could start to step on the gas now.
I think so.
Yeah.
He didn't feel anything to make him not step on the gas this round.
Yeah,
no.
Exactly.
And he's an aggressive kid to begin with, so.
No question.
Well, Ron, I know you want that parlay to cash, but I love the patience out of the young kid. Love it.
Oh, it's impressive. I'm just saying, you did it. You saw it. Now go and get it. You don't want to give Jack Hermansson time to figure this shit out. Guys, he's not going to give up.
No,
I need a button on this Roadcaster Pro 2 that is Longo saying I want to punch a hole in his fucking chest. Because that's what I want. Mid-round. That's what I want. Right.
I think he might take him out with a left hook, man. Hermansson keeps dropping that right arm.
Good call, Flo.
And now he was leading with it, but now he's starting to put it behind the right hand, which is going to be the key.
Exactly. Oh,
yeah.
Going to the body now. Even his head movement, he's just super slick. He's just always out of the way, man. Oh, my goodness.
That's getting close. There's that shot.
Mm-hmm.
Hermansson in on a single, about a minute gone by here, round two. Pyfer's takedown defense holds up. Little cut now.
Split him.
To the right of the right eyebrow of Joe Pyfer. We'll keep an eye on that for you.
Ooh.
Left hook. Caught.
It gets me excited when Kemflo gets excited.
I feel like he's playing with his.
See how Hermansson keeps kind of reaching with that right arm. He either reaches with his right arm or he drops it down. And against someone like Pyfer, who's got a nasty left hook, you do not want to do that. Now he's being better about it. And I'm surprised Hermansson's kind of gone away from his kicks a little bit too.
Now Hermansson's actually stalking him. I know I'm a little bit.
Yep.
It's crazy, but
no, he is.
Yep. There's definitely a decent amount of respect coming back and forth. Not for
yeah.
Nice jab there from Hermansson.
Toyo Tires, the official tire.
Cha-ching!
2:45 to go here, round two.
Ooh.
Hermanson entering that pocket, able to evade that left-hand offering from Pyfer.
Ooh.
There you go. Now Pyfer going back to that calf kick.
Ooh,
oh!
He just got his hand up there.
Yep.
Pyfer's
nice skin fade. Nice skin fade on Joe Pyfer. And they got good barbers in Philadelphia. What's the problem, Ron? What's the problem? I'm just watching the fight.
No, you just love. You're a fan, man. You look. Listen, I only look like this. I'm all unkempt. I'm getting trimmed up before next week. I just wanted to look like the MMA guru. You remember that guy? I was talking about Power Slap earlier. You remember the MMA guru?
No.
Kind of looks like this with the beard and shit on that fucking guy.
Dude, that Pyfer jab. I don't know who you're speaking of. Under 2 minutes to go, round 2. But yeah, Dustin Poirier's got that skin fade going. We just hope he keeps it for UFC 299.
Clean.
Yeah.
But Hermanson getting more comfortable. You know, I've heard quarterbacks.
You're 100% right, man. I think it's a big mistake Pyfer made. I mean, I still think he's going to get him, but he's letting this guy get his balls up too much.
Yep.
He's stalking him.
Cut on the bridge of Pyfer's nose, and Pyfer kind of smirks as Hermanson lands just over a minute to go here, round 2.
That's
certainly less volume out of Joe, it appears.
Well, Hermanson's starting to mix up his weapons a little bit. He's starting to gain some confidence now. Oh, Pyfer's starting to stalk him, though.
Oh, body.
Now he's getting pissed.
That's a good idea. Go to the body. There you go.
Dude, Pyfer clean.
Yep. Attacking that body now, lands a right hand upstairs.
I mean, Hermanson's defense is pretty sound, but, you could just go to the body. Drop those hands. It'll come.
And this is smart by Pyfer because it was definitely a much closer round than round 1. Hermanson's was looking good, and Pyfer's doing his best to kind of take that round back in his favor.
Pop that jab.
Nice jab by Hermanson.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. He's tough, dude.
Oh, boy.
Right hand gets through for Hermanson. There's another one.
Yep.
Let's turn this into a fight.
Under 20 seconds to go in the round. Good response by Jack Hermanson. We talked a lot about his layoff dating to 2022. I'm sure for him, it's just nice to bank these minutes. 10 of them now as we hit the tail end of round 2 main event. Jack Hermanson goes high with a kick. Might be 1-1, boys. Might be 2-0 Pyfer, but we're going to round 3.
Wait, hold on. Well, how many rounds is this fight?
5.
It's a 5.
Why did that tell you? The other guy looks like he's getting ballsy, man.
Yep.
Yeah, Jack Hermanson getting ballsy, Raymond. Is that rhetorical? You asking me how many rounds this UFC main event is?
What the hell does that mean?
They're always 5 rounders.
Wait, yeah. I was going to say define rhetorical, but what was I going to say? No, Hermanson. I think he started. How many rounds is what's the longest Pyfer's ever gone?
Yeah, I knew that's
3?
where your mind was with that.
Yeah. I asked that earlier. Yeah.
We will chase that information for you, but while we're doing that, Jack Hermanson's been in the UFC since 2016. He had 8 years of pro experience before Joe Pyfer turned pro in 2018. So those that were back in the Joker tonight, I think a lot of it was rooted in not just maybe the grappling and the wrestling, but just the experience, the high-level UFC experience. This is the biggest test of Joe Pyfer's career, and he has at least been extended to a round 3, which is now underway.
Yeah, in the UFC, Ray, from what I could tell, he hasn't been past the second round. So this is kind of new territory.
Jack's live. Jack's very live right now.
Psychologically, that could have a problem too on him.
Right.
Jack is definitely live right now.
Does that mean you're looking at a live number on Jack Hermanson
already? I mean, if you haven't done it already, I told you to do it before the fight started. But
yeah,
like I guarantee the number got a lot closer. They haven't shown it, have they?
Pyfer's really starting to pick it up here.
Joe Pyfer minus 245 on the live number right now. Jack Hermanson plus 185.
Is that I can't see if that's a big bruise on the underneath the shin of Hermanson.
Yeah, it looks like it is Ken Flo.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
He got blasted a few times, yeah.
That's why PFL pays Ken Flo the big bucks. Under 4 minutes to go round 3. So one amateur fight for Joe Pyfer.
That leg kick looked like it bothered Joe.
Excuse me.
Hell
Jason.
yeah, it did.
One amateur fight for Joe Pyfer went to a decision, but Cody's telling me he's never been to a third round as a pro. So new territory here for B. Joe Pyfer. They call him body bags.
2-round decision? It was a 2-round decision exhibition. Oh, yeah, amateur.
Quite possibly. I've been drinking, Ronald.
Oh, yeah, me as well. But oh God, move your head a little bit. Huh?
Pyfer is not as comfortable on that front leg.
No, it's swollen, dude.
Yep.
It's
Hermanson with a nice sequence there on the feet.
He switched to southpaw at one point, little while back.
I'm surprised Pyfer hasn't gone in for a takedown yet. Honestly, I'm surprised he hasn't tried to even push him to the cage at all.
Hermanson got a nice bounce in his step. Go ahead, Ken Flo.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wonder if he's worried about that good guillotine choke that Hermanson has. He's got a good front headlock guillotine series that he likes to hit. But I agree, especially up against the cage, Ron. I don't think it's a bad idea at all. Pyfer's got a nasty ground and pound, and Hermanson.
Oh yeah, that leg's toast.
Oh no. Oh no.
Toast. Oh yeah, he's reaching. Legs toast.
Oh no.
Yep.
Let's see what the kid's gonna do. You got to bite down.
And
that one kick really did it.
I like to know what the odds are if this finish goes into the fourth.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh,
he's hurt.
It's a pick 'em right now. Minus 115. Pyfer's hurt potentially.
Oh
wow.
Pyfer's in real trouble.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's hurt. Yep.
A nice jab by Jack Hermanson, staying calm.
Oh man.
They just isolated a big left hand by Hermanson that periodically stumbled Pyfer. Just over 2 minutes to go in a round 3 that Jack Hermanson is undeniably winning.
Yep.
You talk about deep waters right now.
Can he not switch stances? Because why would you still have that leg?
He did it briefly, but not for more than a second.
Yep.
So no.
Jab from Hermanson gets through again. Some blood coming down from the nose of Pyfer.
That leg's toast.
Well, that's the thing, right? I mean, as Ray knows, listen, you get all your power from the floor, and if your leg isn't able to kind of create that power, you're in big trouble.
100%.
Yeah.
He's still got lightning in his hands, that kid, though. I feel like if he just catches that shit clean. But beats to be able to plant that foot, right?
There's a nice
he's throwing with his arm now. Jack Hermanson. I guess all that UFC experience has a little something to do with that right there, huh? He turned this into a dogfight.
Yeah,
1 minute to go, round 3.
I mean, am I missing something? Hermanson has to be favored live at the end of the round.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
at this point,
100%.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, if it goes this way.
Yeah.
Ray, I love listening to you talk. I hope your wife still does.
Oh,
still got
that hurt him.
But it's
that
all,
left hook hurt him.
All arm. He's throwing with his arms big time. He can't plant.
Yeah. If I'm Hermanson, I'm kicking all day.
Hermanson, though, has eaten a few left hands late in the round. His mouth is open.
Big ones, too. Big ones. Go to the bot. I like.
Oh, nice body shot.
He might be.
Go to the bot. Yeah, that leg is toast.
Man. Very
he
round.
still almost got
it. We got to fight.
Well, it's fucking gut check time.
Yeah, right? Oh, nice sequence by Hermanson at the end of the round.
Man.
We're going to the main event rounds. 15 minutes in the can between Joe Pyfer and Jack Hermanson. Thanks for being here on the Anik and Florian Podcast YouTube channel. We will be back, of course, next week with a couple of episodes for you in advance of UFC 298, but we're going 5 wide tonight on the watch party. That is the star of the show, Ray Longo, Big Ron Pellegrino, Kenny Florian, this motherfucker, Jason Anik in studio with me. Your house is 2.6 miles down the road.
Yep.
Just letting you know.
Yep.
I got slapped tonight.
Yeah, it's Ken Flo's fault.
That actually was.
Can anybody tell us what the advice is in the corners? Anybody listening? And Cody?
He felt good. Exactly what we did the last round. Come back and do that. We need a little bit of head movement. You need to take this away from him, make him pay. You understand? Punch a hole in his fucking chest. That's what I want.
This is
Joe Pyfer's gonna bite down and throw some from his asshole because that leg's toast and Jack
How's
looking
everybody?
lively.
Good.
Just checking in on the audience. Hope you're well. Round 4 underway. Joe Pyfer, Jack Hermanson. Not for all the middleweight marbles, but certainly for the number 11 ranking. Nice inside leg kick by the Joker, Jack Hermanson.
Oh, you just
Yeah,
know
Jack's
that.
minus
Hey,
230.
Piper's not looking great on that
That's
signal right
not
now.
good, man. He's expending energy.
Oh, that leg is right there for Jack.
Toast. It's just toast. He refuses to switch his stance. It's crazy.
Look at this button. I can just take your mic down completely, Jay, like that. I just killed Jay's mic. So Ray, Kenny, Ron, I killed his mic.
Is that an SEC violation when you assaulted him earlier?
I killed his mic. If you guys want him back, you can let me know. I killed his fucking mic.
Yeah, bring him back.
All right, he's back up. I'm just saying, I can fucking kill your mic right here. Good left hook and a nice stick and move there by Joe Pyfer, trying to work his way back into this fight after a suspect third round, Ronald.
Yeah, he's got to put it on right now because that leg's just going to get toast at distance. He's just got to get in there and start swinging. I know that sounds ridiculous, but his leg is toast. There's still another whole round after this anyway.
Dang, man.
He better push him to the cage and throw some bombs because
experience matters, man.
He's pushing. I mean, he's doing it though. Oh, that leg is toast.
Yeah, and just unable to Pyfer, just unable to put.
There you go.
There's a nice left.
Come on, get that takedown.
Entry. Pick him up. Go to the back.
Takedown.
Let's go.
You gotta get that. You gotta get that takedown.
Man, no.
Yeah, his leg's fucked. He can't even do it. Like, no power.
Man.
Either that or he's dead ass tired. I guess that's possible too, right?
Could be.
3 minutes to go in round 4. Can't wait to go downstairs and soak up this buzz with some food when we're done. Right? You like that, Raymond, huh? Plenty more on Monday, baby. Let's go. Oh,
it's only
Sorry, Ronald.
7 o'clock here.
I will say, watching fights when guys' legs are already chewed up, man, it's like I'm on pins and needles, man. It's like I don't like seeing a guy.
That was a good one too.
Stick by Jack. Yep.
Yeah,
good fight.
Oh, that leg is fucking. This kid's tough. I'll say that because that leg is fucking toast.
Dude, Kenny, sometimes
get in there.
When I'm sitting in that booth, like my inner monologue is like, I'm such a fucking pussy. You know, like I'm a different species than these guys. Like if these are men, what am I?
Dude, there's levels to the game. I tell you what, I say this a lot, but I am so glad that the calf kick really wasn't a thing when I was fighting.
Calf flow, elbows.
Yeah, but Kenny, it would have been a huge weapon for you.
Yeah, I would have used it too.
But Kenny, isn't it amazing that it wasn't though? Like nobody thought about that. I think that's fascinating.
Absolutely, man. I love seeing the evolution of it.
Yeah.
Pyfer's a tough kid. I'll say that much.
Crazy fight.
Yeah.
We are updating the live odds on our Anik and Florian podcast YouTube channel right now. So Jack Hermanson minus 130, Joe Pyfer plus 100. 90 seconds to go, round 4.
Holy crap!
He's that head movement. What happened to that? Jack's fight.
He's up now.
Pyfer wearing it, nose busted up. Mark Smith monitoring the action.
Still a tough fight to score, though, I think.
Yeah, it is.
This round was interesting. How did you see this, Ron? This round?
Honest, I definitely seemed like Pyfer started the round off strong, like he was the one that was actually taking over, but Hermanson's made it really kind of close and kind of taking over the goddamn. Look at that, 34-18.
Wow.
Yeah.
Come on,
like sneakily, because Pyfer came out strong.
It's going to be 2-2 after this if it goes.
Well, that's I hear
you. If they gave the second round to Pyfer, because I don't know if he about went in the third round.
Oh, nice right hand by Pyfer.
Get there,
dude.
Get there.
Got
get there. Oh, his leg is toast. He can't.
Yeah, I just and I don't think there's enough behind those punches.
Nah, but he can't even get a takedown because his leg is shit.
Yeah.
You could see that because he was in on it. Am I wrong? Like, right, he's in on that right there.
He
I don't know.
He just couldn't finish it.
Either the leg or he doesn't want to expend the energy.
Right.
Well, I think you get that takedown, you win the round, maybe though.
Yeah.
Shit.
Pyfer has shot 6 times. He has yet to bust a nut. Jack Hermansen's takedown defense holding up on all 16 occasions. I'm going to use the restroom, gentlemen. Take us to round 5.
100%, Kenny, 100% 2-2 going into the 5th.
Yeah,
now.
that's how I see it right now. So this is a big time gut check, man. This is where Pyfer. Well, we'll find out what Pyfer's made out of. That's for sure.
I mean, they got to be telling him he has to win this round. Can we get in there?
Yep.
I mean,
This
I would honestly.
right here.
I almost think you say, hey, if you see the finish, go for it, because
he's not getting
2-2 still questionable.
Doesn't look like he's going to get the takedown. And
no.
And he's getting pieced up after he tries because I think he's tired.
Yep.
Jason, do you have a drink?
This is crazy.
Here's big round.
You always ask me if I have a drink when I don't have a drink, and I don't want to drink. But do you have a drink? I want to make sure you have a drink.
Hand.
I'm drinking.
Ron, did you hedge on this fight?
Yeah, I put Hermansen by decision. Plus
Nice.
700.
Wow.
A lot. But I didn't think it would ever get to that point. I put Hermansen. That's why, you put a heavy favorite on the back end. So if you're lucky enough to win the first ones, you don't have to come up with a lot to lay it off, to hedge it. Oh, they're coming out. Okay.
Hey,
We're
Cody,
swinging.
how much did Petrie put down on Pyfer? Did he pick this one, right?
No, he picked Hermansen, didn't he?
No,
I think he picked Petrie. I mean,
he picked
Petrie. I think Petrie picked Pyfer. Sorry. I'm all confused.
I thought I saw something. Okay, my bad.
Kenny, I feel like possibly Hermansen took round 2 on some cards. I don't think that's out of the realm.
No, I think that's live.
No, I would have to watch it
say
back,
Pyfer. I would say Pyfer, but yeah, I mean, listen, anything's possible. And I mean, with these judges, you never know. But I thought it was Pyfer, but I have it 2-2 right now, man. It's super close.
Oh man, he just buckled that knee too.
He did.
Yeah.
Hey, Ray.
He really.
Yes.
Could you imagine a world in which open scoring existed and these athletes knew where they stood right now?
There's certain fights where it is interesting. I always go back to I just don't want to be upset during the fight where I think my guy's winning and they have him down.
Right.
That just not. I can't see reacting to that good, but
Largely, I'm anti open scoring because I think it effectively changes the sport and it puts undue pressure on the athletes. But I just find it interesting. Snapping jab from the Joker, Jack Hermansen.
That leg is toast.
Oh,
that leg is toast.
Oh boy.
Jack's trying to take over.
starting to sting him too, man. Wow.
Yeah.
Under 3.5 to go here, round 5.
And Hermansen's last fight was end of 2022. He's alternated wins and losses over his last 8. I mean, how do you think he's feeling right now?
You know what the other thing, Kenny, is
man.
You see, when Pyfer throws, he initiates. He's not countering. He's not coming over that jab. You know what I mean? It's either he initiates or he's playing defense. See, like that.
Spot on, Ray. And I think that's his best shot of getting the takedown.
Boy.
Now it's
look at that. He did it. Look at that.
That is a wrap.
Yeah.
That is not good, man. So, Kenny, he steps in 1-2, 1-2, never counted anything.
Yeah.
So Jack Hermansen gets a takedown here. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in round 5. Half guard.
I thought Pyfer was going to steamroll this guy.
Yeah.
You bet on the fight, Raymond, or no?
No, I didn't bet on it. No.
Nah.
But I would have definitely bet Pyfer.
Yeah.
Well, and Ron,
if he doesn't get up in the next 30 seconds, this fight's over.
Yep.
Ron, you said to be end of round 1, just what Pyfer needed to do, and certainly in hindsight, that proved right.
You can't settle on your back like this. You got to be moving, looking to get back to your feet.
Yeah, he's not even scooting to a hip.
This is not. Wow.
This is why. Time and time again, you find out how goddamn good these guys are in the UFC.
And how good Las Vegas, Nevada is, right? Minus 190.
No doubt.
Now it's,
Wow.
Oh, I mean, Johnny Avello, director of the DraftKings Racing Sportsbook, right, had to keep moving that line, getting all that Joe Pyfer action.
95%, right?
Pyfer's got the underhook. He's just not using it. I don't know what's going on. Now he doesn't, but before he did, he just stood there. Dang.
I mean, respectfully, I don't know. Is he exhausted here, or does he just not know what to do?
Yeah, I mean, I think that was one of those. That was one of those things when you get taken down after already losing the round, it just deflates you, and I think that's what.
No, without a doubt. Yeah. I mean, I already knew the fight was over as soon as he went to the ground. But what I'm saying is, like this position where he was on that like corner, like, did he not know how to scoot his hips there and get up, or is he just so exhausted? I literally mean that respectfully.
Yeah,
I'm not talking shit about any of these guys.
I think it's a combination of he hasn't been on his back a lot and he's tired.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I tell you, in the gym, Ken, your back hits you get back up. I go berserk. You're not settling in down there. You're not winning anything.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. I mean, if he had the energy to get up, it was going to happen 2 minutes ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If
all right, just over 30 seconds to go. Pyfer thought about closing the guard.
Yeah, but what? Yeah,
he hasn't done a lot of damage for the record. I mean, but
what's that, Ray?
I'm a little confused.
How can we provide some clarity, Raymond?
No. I'm surprised he made no attempt to get back to his feet. There's no reversals, no mission attempts.
Yeah,
right.
You know, you can't.
I got a fucking great hip escape, Kenflo, by the way. I mean, I'm not a great jiu-jitsu player. My hip escape's strong.
Hell yeah. Oh, man.
I think
wow.
Wow.
What a comeback, dude.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
That's awesome.
He started the fight looking like he was in a different league, like he was not in Pyfer's league, and then he just came back and just stole round 3, round 4, round 5.
Like the seasoned veteran he is.
Yeah, dude. Wow.
Well, I was not expectant that we would get a 25-minute fight, but I love when we get a 25-minute main event for the watch party. Joe Pyfer, Jack Hermansson go the 25-minute distance. So you think we got any suspense here, Ken Flo, or you think Jack Hermansson wins on the cards?
It should be Hermansson. It should be. I wouldn't be mad at it if they had for Pyfer because I picked Pyfer. But listen, I think we've seen some crazy things in this sport. I would be leaning that this would be not like crazy robbery, but the wrong guy would have won if Pyfer wins. So we'll see.
Cody said, John, you got a train sound because the Pyfer hype train came to a screeching halt. Yes. Yeah. Hey, Ray, you know who Jason thinks won this fight? Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah, I like my guy at middleweight too. What?
There it is.
All right, Jack Hermansson and Joe Pyfer. Joe Martinez has the official
read the scores as they're going.
All right, we go to the scorecards. All three judges see it 48-47.
That's exactly
for your
right.
winner by unanimous decision, Jack the Joker.
Oh, they scored that right. No, they scored that right. I mean, we said exactly
it. Right.
3, 4, and 5.
Hey, Bilal just texted you. Did you see what that said? I'm going to read it on the air. And even though it was a private text message meant for you, hopefully.
What are you talking about?
No, I saw your text message just popped up on your laptop.
Yeah.
And you know what Bilal wrote?
Well,
Philly sucks.
I tell you, know what Dana just said?
What's that?
Beat Jack Hermansson.
Oh, man.
Was that low-hanging fruit?
It was. And you hit it out of the ballpark as you used to do in New York playing baseball. But we've talked a lot about Sean Strickland putting his number 4 ranking on the line, taking on Alex Pereira, Kenny, right? And for Jack Hermansson, I understand when you miss all of 2023, he didn't pull out of both of his scheduled fights last year, but he did pull out of one of them. But you can't necessarily come to the bargaining table and ask for certain guys or turn down certain guys. But it was Jack Hermansson, previously a top 5 guy, putting his ranking on the line as an underdog against Joe Pyfer. Hats off to the Joker, Jack Hermansson. You need ranked guys to take on guys like this, and Jack Hermansson preserves the ranking tonight, Ken Flo.
These are the fights that are probably scariest for guys that are ranked because you're clearly taking a risk and fighting a guy who's outside the top 15, outside the top 10, or whatever it is. And, for Hermansson, he didn't have there's a lot of hype around Pyfer, right? But you could argue he didn't have a whole lot to gain. This guy is unranked, yada, yada. And everyone's going to say, Pyfer needs more experience, this and that. But for him to get it done in the manner that he got it done against someone like Pyfer, being down first 2 rounds, winning every round after that, man. Dude, that's impressive, man. He's still hungry, clearly.
Only
Hey,
a
Ray.
veteran's going to do
Yes.
Any final thoughts on the main event before we let you go?
No, I think I'm gonna go with Big Ron. I think after the first round, I think he let him off the hook a little bit. He let the guy get his balls back, and that's what happens, man. He started using the momentum, and the other guy started gassed a little bit. I think Pyfer makes the adjustments, and he'll be back. But I'm surprised with that. I thought Pyfer was going to get it done. So
Yeah,
Spoken like a true cocksman. He said, "Let him get his
fucking
balls
cocksman."
back."
God,
Ray
Hey, Ron.
Longo, not only are you the president, the founding member.
come on, man.
Well, Ron, the Anik and Florian podcast parlay falls to 2-2 on the year, but I thought a very astute observation by you, and Longo sort of alluded to it, right? You felt like Joe Pyfer really had to go for it there early round 2 and wasn't able to get Jack Hermanson out of there and pays the price on the cards.
Yeah, and John, let me just say another thing. I think it's his first 5-round fight. That could have been playing in his head. I think it's a great learning experience for Pyfer, and I'm excited for his next fight. I think there were a lot going in there. And then, you're used to getting guys out of there, then they're still around. You're looking at round 3, you're going, holy shit, I got 2 more rounds. Who the hell knows? But I think at the end of the day, it came down to experience, and the experience was with Hermanson, and that's what won the fight.
Ken Flo, any final thought before we let you hit the pillow, kid?
Dude, I'll say this, Hermanson's the real deal. He came back in dramatic fashion, really showed who he is as a fighter. Pyfer, I do think is going to learn a lot from this, man. This is one of those fights. Anytime you go into those championship rounds, you're going to come away with quite the lesson. And while he didn't get it done, I think he's going to learn a lot about efficiency, blocking leg kicks, and how to put his foot on the gas pedal when he needs to.
Right. And now the question, Beckon, should we give this guy a final thought?
Yeah, give me a final thought. They talk
Come
about
on, Jason, get in there, buddy.
I talk about these gatekeepers, whether it's Neil Magny or whoever it is, but sometimes, and that's bad. And Magny did the same thing. They keep the fucking gate, right? Stand in front of the gate. You ain't getting fucking in. So some of these veterans, man, respect.
Yeah, I like
old
that.
man strength is real, bro. It's real.
Yep. Congratulations to Jack Hermanson winning the main event here tonight. And thank you all for indulging us. The second official Anik and Florian podcast watch party. Don't forget everything you need podcast related, jonanik.com. We hope you will support the One More Sleep movement. Brand new flagship designs are out right now. Also dropping tonight are UFC 299 Miami design. So if you want to be in the building at Kaseya Center with us on March 9th and donning the One More Sleep merchandise, buy it now right now at jonanik.com. 20% off with promo code One More Sleep. Thank you to everybody for tuning into the watch party, and thank you to the stars of the show, Raymond Peter Longo, Michael Chiesa, Big Ron Pellegrino, Kenny Florian, Jason Anik. For all of those fine individuals, I'm Jon Anik. We will see you live on Monday. We'll recap the shit out of this fight card and get you primed for UFC 298. Until then, thank you all for tuning in. We're back with another watch party next month. Until then, yo fucking later.
You're my wingman. I need
Take it
you.
easy, guys.
We got it all.
Later,
Girls
buddy.
love us. We're
Ray,
like
a pleasure.
wham.
Yeah, same here, Ron. Look, I look forward to Anaheim.
Yeah,
Absolutely. We'll
No
talk
doubt.
shop for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Marab,
Great shit.
Dwalish Willie center stage. That's it for the watch party. We'll see you guys Monday on the real episode of the Anik and Florian podcast. Stay woke.
Take it easy, guys.